and now I have $23,052 in my bank account.
$1,479.88. I just pushed one button.
$26,000 by pushing one button.
Imagine waking up to a text that says your account just grew by $11,000 overnight. No job, no boss, just one click. That is the promise being made right now by something called the push-button system, and today we are pulling back the curtain on what is really going on behind that click. If you have not heard of it, here is the pitch. A website claims there is a hidden button that can generate life-changing income for anyone who qualifies. But here is where it gets strange. Before you even see the button, the site makes you run a compatibility check, almost like you are applying for a loan. It tells you things like over 1,200 members in your area have already received their first payout, and that spots are limited, valid only for today. Sounds urgent, right? That is exactly the point. Scarcity and urgency are two of the oldest tricks in the marketing playbook, and this page uses both within the first 10 seconds. So what actually happens once you pass this so-called compatibility check? You get funneled into a payment page. Just like similar offers we have looked at before, the price is not fixed. Try to leave, and a pop-up appears, offering you a lower rate to stay, almost like the system is reading your hesitation and negotiating with you in real time. That is not luck. That is a script designed to catch people right before they change their mind. Once you pay, the real picture starts to form. You are not actually buying a button. You are being introduced to a broker, and that broker will ask you to fund a trading account, usually somewhere around $250. This is the part almost nobody talks about in the testimonials. The tool you paid for does not make trades for you. It simply gives you access to a standard trading interface, the same kind of platform available for free in a dozen other places. There is no proof, none, that clicking anything on that screen produces the results shown in the marketing video. And speaking of that video, let us talk about credibility. There is usually a face attached to these offers, a guy with a name, a story, and a highlight reel of yachts and stacks of cash. Search for him anywhere outside this website, and you will find nothing. No business history, no interviews, no verified track record. That is not someone building trust. That is a character built to sell trust. Here is something most people never catch. This exact pitch is not new. It has been circulating under this same name since at least 2021, resurfacing again and again with a slightly different domain each time. One version disappears, complaints start piling up, and within a few months, a nearly identical page shows up somewhere else, with the same script, the same numbers, and the same character running the show. That alone tells you something. A business that actually works does not need to keep changing its address to survive. And the money trail behind it runs through legitimate-looking checkout systems, which is honestly part of what makes it convincing. The billing itself often goes through a real, established payment processor, so your card statement looks normal. But dig into the complaint boards and you will see the same story on repeat. Refund requests that drag on for weeks, support tickets that go in circles, and charges people say they never fully understood until after the fact. The infrastructure is legitimate. What is riding on top of it is the problem. Here is the pattern once you start noticing it. Countdown timers that reset every time you refresh the page. Refund processes that turn into a maze instead of a button. Fine print at the bottom that quietly admits results are not typical, right below a headline promising the opposite. Every one of these signals shows up on this page, and none of them show up by accident. Now, could someone technically make money using the trading account behind all this? Sure, in the same sense that someone could make money at a casino, but that has nothing to do with the button, the countdown, or the guy in the video. That is just market risk, dressed up to look like a shortcut. Here is the truth nobody selling urgency wants you to hear. Real income online is built, not clicked into existence. It comes from skills, consistency, and systems you actually understand and control, not ones hidden behind a paywall and a broker referral. So save your $250. Save the sign-up fee too. If you actually want a path that is transparent about how it works, I will leave my top recommendation in the description below, the same one that helped generate real, trackable income last month without a single countdown timer in sight. That is the full breakdown of the push-button system. If this saved you from clicking something you would have regretted, hit like and subscribe for more honest breakdowns like this one. And remember, if a website needs a countdown timer to convince you, that is usually the loudest red flag of all.